Hello, welcome to Daily News from Najaf TV. Scholarly meetings of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Holy Qom, Iran. The House of His Eminence Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Qom hosted another session of its scholarly meetings. These meetings are attended by various groups of seminarians, clerics, and scholars who ask their questions from the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. The questions in the latest round of these meetings revolved around the nature of Islamic rulings, the principle of harm in Islamic laws, the meaning of some lines from the Imam Hussein's prayers book, etc. Furthermore, in this meeting, one of the scholars asked the following question from His Eminence. Are divine rulings divided into two categories, the real ruling that is preserved in the tablet and the apparent ruling that the obligated individuals perform? In response to this question, the esteemed authority stated, there is only one ruling, and that is the real ruling. There is no such thing as an apparent ruling. Rather, all the methods, signs, principles, and manifestations that the obligated individual acts upon, if they are in accordance with the real ruling, then they are fulfilled. However, if they do not conform to the real ruling and are contrary to it, then the person is excused. The apparent obligation is in the realm of exemption and excuse, not in the realm of being a ruling. The dear viewers can tune in these scholarly meetings every day at 11:15 a.m. Qom local time, live on Najaf TV and other Shia TV networks, as well as the Al-Shirazi application. Great Assembly of Preachers held at the House of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi ahead of Muharram 2023. In the light of the past years and with the approach of the month of Muharram, the esteemed authority Grand Ayatollah Sadiq Husseini Shirazi delivered a speech addressing preachers and religious scholars about the importance of guiding the general public and utilizing the latest resources available to achieve this goal. This ceremony took place on Monday corresponding to 28th of ZilHijja 1444 AH with the presence of some scholars and seminary students. It should be noted that the statements of the esteemed authority were broadcast live and simultaneously on social media platforms such as YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and with a short delay on satellite networks dedicated to the Shia community. It is worth mentioning that the statements of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi were simultaneously translated into Arabic and English. Interested individuals can follow the speech of the esteemed authority on the social media web pages of Najaf TV network. Yasin Mosque and Husayniya prepares for Husseini memorials in Sydney, Australia. The Mosque and Husayniya of Yasin, a center associated with Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Sydney, Australia, is preparing to hold the mourning rituals of Muharram 1445 AH. The members and officials of this Husayniya have raised the mourning tent of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, in this venue during the reception ceremony for Muharram 1445. They have declared their readiness to commemorate the upcoming months of Muharram and Safar. Through this initiative, the Yasin Mosque and Husayniya extends an invitation to all the Shia followers and lovers of the Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them, to attend these ceremonies held in this Husayniya. Central Mourning Council holds ceremony to welcome Husseini memorials in Diwaniya, Iraq. The Central Mourning Council of Iraq, a center associated with Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, organized the grand reception ceremony for Muharram 1445 in the Diyala province of Iraq this year. This annual event, held under the slogan Hussein Unites Us, takes place in one of the cities of Iraq, and it attracts a large number of believers, mourners of Imam Hussein, pilgrims, poets, eulogists, and the preachers of the Husseini pulpits. During this ceremony, the attendees once again renewed their allegiance and commitment to Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, and Imam al-Mahdi, may God hasten his advent, and prepared themselves for the commemoration of the Husseini rituals in the months of Muharram and Safar. In the recent gathering, which was the 6th major gathering of Husseini lovers organized by the Central Mourning Council of Iraq on the occasion of the arrival of the month of Muharram, a tribute was paid to a group of pilgrims and officials of processions and Husseini organizations. In previous years, this ceremony was held in the cities of Najaf, Karbala, Nasiriyah, and Hilla. Zainabiya Seminary holds educational courses for women in Damascus, Syria. The Zainabiya Women's Seminary, as a center associated with Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Damascus, Syria, organizes a training program aimed at making better use of the summer vacation in this country. This program, titled The Course of Lady Fatima Zahra, peace be upon her, is held with the participation of women. In this training course, which takes place in 3 stages over a period of 2 months, various topics are taught, including Quranic studies, religious rulings, ethics, beliefs, and more. Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi holds Assembly of Preachers in Basra, Iraq. On the occasion of the approaching month of Muharram 1445, a gathering of preachers and religious speakers took place on the 26th of ZilHijja of this year at the office of the esteemed authority Grand Ayatollah Sadiq Husseini Shirazi in the city of Basra, Iraq. Dozens of students and professors from the seminaries of Iraq, as well as representatives and deputies of the Islamic authorities, attended the event and benefited from the statements of Sheikh Nazar al-Hassan, the director of the Basra office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. In his speech, he focused on the topic of the responsibility of Husseini preachers and speakers in conveying the message and culture of Imam Hussein based on the guidance of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. Member of Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi meets with advisor to Iraqi Prime Minister. Sayyid Haidar al-Hajar al-Musavi, a member of the Office of the esteemed authority Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Husseini Shirazi, along with a group of prominent tribal figures and sheikhs, met with Sheikh Muhammad al-Aribi, the Iraqi Prime Minister's advisor on tribal affairs in Iraq, in Najaf. This meeting took place at the Prime Minister's office in Baghdad and aimed to discuss the construction of a grand structure dedicated to the Holy Quran in response to the disrespect shown towards the Holy Quran in Sweden. 2 ladies revert to Shia Islam at Imam Shirazi Foundation in Canada. 2 women from Morocco and Tunisia have chosen the path of the Shia faith by embracing it at the Imam Shirazi Foundation in Montreal, Canada. Sheikh Saleh Sibway, the representative of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Canada, stated, 2 Muslim women from Morocco and Tunisia embraced the true Shia faith by attending the women's section of Imam Shirazi World Center in Montreal. This reversion to Shia faith took place during a ceremony organized by the Muslim Women's Foundation, one of the affiliated centers of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, on the occasion of the Eid al-Ghadir. It is worth mentioning that these 2 Muslim women publicly accepted the Shia faith as the straight path of God and announced their affiliation with Shia Islam before the gathered congregation. Najaf Center for Strategic Studies holds 4th cultural competition. The Najaf Center for Strategic Studies, NCSS, one of the centers associated with Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Najaf, hosted the 4th edition of the Pioneers of Creativity Cultural Competition. This competition was organized by the branch of the Iraqi Journalists Union in Najaf, and it attracted the participation of dozens of young cultural enthusiasts. This competition covered various fields such as religious, scientific, cultural, geographical, historical, and literary topics. It was held with the presence of Professor Ali Said al-Matbi'i. Rasul Adham Center prepares to serve Husseini pilgrims and mourners in Muharram 2023. The Rasul Adham procession in Kazimain has announced its readiness to serve the mourners during Muharram 1445 AH. They will set up processions, organize mourning gatherings, provide accommodation, perform congregational prayers, and distribute meals and beverages to visitors and mourners. This procession has already set up its tents in different routes to serve the pilgrims and Husseini mourners.